Hello and welcome to Nationwide. I am Dennis Adegunloye. Thank you for joining us. Nigerians are still basking in the euphoria of the Super Falcons WAFCON win. The match was tense as the hosts led 2-0 in the first half, but against all odds, the Super Falcons stunned host nation Morocco in the final of the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Soche Mbede reports.
Summer of 2024, Morocco became the battleground. But for the Nigerian Super Falcons, it was more than a tournament. It was a mission to reclaim their throne, to show Africa that queens don't fade, they rise again. From the very first whistle, the Falcons made their intention clear, dominating Tunisia 3-0 in the opener, then sealing progression with a hard-fought win over Botswana. When it mattered most, they saw higher. A 5-0 demolition of Zambia in the quarterfinal was a warning shot to the rest of the continent. In the semi-final, they clashed with old rivals, South Africa. The Falcons stood tall, stayed sharp, and booked their place in the final with nerves of steel and hearts of champions. The final against host Morocco was a test of spirit. 2 goals down at halftime, the Falcons roared back with Okoronkwo, Ijamulisi, and Echigeni rewriting the script. Against the odds, they conquered. Against the noise, they rose. And for the 10th time, Nigeria stood top in African women's football, a gesture the President Bola Tinubu and the First Lady Oluremi Tinubu, who both watched the game, described as a victory for Nigeria.
Thank you, sir. I'm very, very proud of you. The entire nation is proud of you. Thank you, sir. You lifted our spirit and Christ took the old generation, and we are all very, very happy. Thank you, sir. You'll be celebrated, and I congratulate all the coaches and the management of the team, including the ministers and the officials. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
It is therefore football fans' opinion that the Super Falcons did not just win the 2024 WAFCON. They reminded Africa why Nigeria remains the heartbeat of the beautiful game. In Abuja, Oche Mbede, NTA News.
Now joining us live for an analysis of Nigeria's performance at the 2024 Women's African Cup of Nations is former National Under-17 team coach Haruna Olubumi. You're very welcome to Nationwide.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
Well, the Super Falcons have once again proven their dominance in African women's football. What do you think was different or special about this squad?
I think it's about the can-do spirit of Nigerians. They faced a lot of obstacles, and a lot of people did not believe in them, both in Nigeria and outside the country. I remember checking the CAF online portal for ahead of the final, and they captioned their report ahead of the final to be the beginning of a new era. If you remember, Nigeria has 9 titles, and we were looking for the 10th. So my guess was CAF was looking for a new champion. Unfortunately, Nigeria was ready to be champion again. It's incredible the spirits the girls showed, not just the players, because everyone sees the players, but the management of the team, the coaches, including the Nigeria Football Federation, that worked tirelessly behind the scene to ensure they got victory. And I must say, the last-minute intervention from President Ahmed Bola Tinubu also played a huge role. Some few days before the final, persons like me were agitated that the ladies had not received their bonuses. But the moment we received the news that their bonuses were paid, I knew they would have that positive vibe to fight in the final. And you could see it. They were down by 2-0 in the first half, but they came back to win. That's the Nigerian spirit.
Definitely. All right, what impact do you think this victory will have on the development of women's football in Nigeria, especially at the grassroots level?
Well, this is not just for women's football, I must say. It's for Nigerian football in total, because women's football, for example, is undergoing huge development across the world. Both CAF and FIFA are laying much more emphasis on the development of women football. But the fact that Nigeria is back on the map when it comes to women football, it makes Nigeria a football hub, not just for women football, but football generally. I mean, this could end up with the prices of Nigerian players increasing, and this will mean more money for the grassroots teams who are able to produce players that will attract foreign clubs. So it's huge, not just for about the players, also infrastructural development, more attention on women football development, more persons, more individuals and companies. We see the reasons why they should invest more in women football. So I think this is huge. It can only be positive. Don't forget, like I said, Nigeria ruled women football for a very long time, and this is looking like it's a new era, and Nigeria is still in it, back on this one as champion. So the development is huge. We can only continue to envisage and invest and hope it continues this way.
All right. The next World Cup is just 2 years away. Looking ahead to that World Cup, how can the team build on this success to have a greater impact on the global stage with the World Cup and the Olympics coming up?
If you look at the team, it's made up of young players. In fact, at least 10 of those players in the team are making their debut at the Women Africa Cup of Nations. So there's hope. Ijami Lucy just played at the youth level just some few months ago. So there is hope for Nigeria that we will qualify for the World Cup. The next edition, all we need to do will be to just reach the semi-final, and then we will have qualified for the World Cup. So there's huge hope, and then Nigeria need to keep the coach, the technical crew together. They've been together for some time now. Justin Madugu just became the head coach. I think he needs to be given a proper contract and then encouraged to do more. And I'm very happy. This is an indigenous coach produced right here in Nigeria, has a CAF A, CAF B, so it tells you Nigerians can do it. So we just need to encourage the team and also encourage the Nigeria Football Federation, to be able to give the team what they need for them to qualify for the World Cup.
Absolutely. Onwards and upwards for the Super Falcons. Olubunmi Haruna, former assistant national under-17 team coach. Many thanks for sharing your thoughts with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
In the meantime, President Bola Tinubu congratulates the Super Falcons, expressing delight at their spectacular victory at the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations, stating that he eagerly looks forward to receiving the trophy in Abuja. In a post-match video call with team captain Rashidat Ajibade, her teammates and Nigerian officials, President Tinubu congratulated the team on securing a record 10th continental title and lifting the nation's spirits. He said, quote, "I am very, very proud of you. The entire nation is proud of you. You have lifted our spirits. You are a pride to your generation, and we are all very happy," he says. The president extended his best regards to Rashidat Ajibade, who emerged as the tournament's most valuable player and clinched the Women of the Tournament award, and praised Esther Okoronkwo's composure during a crucial moment in the final, describing her 64th minute penalty kick, which sparked a dramatic comeback, as very courageous. Okoronkwo created the second goal and delivered the decisive free kick that Jennifer Echegini converted to seal Nigeria's 3-2 victory. Safe journey home. Enjoy yourselves. Avoid injuries. God bless you, the president told the jubilant players and officials, who repeatedly interjected with "Thank you, Mr. President." The lively exchange ended with a spirited rendition of the national anthem and 3 thunderous Bosa cheers for the president. Similarly, President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has congratulated the Super Falcons for winning the Women African Cup of Nations for a historic 10th time after a thrilling 3-2 comeback win against hosts Morocco. In a statement, Akpabio says he is proud of the Super Falcons, commending their team spirit, resilience and unwavering commitment to excellence. He describes the thrilling comeback against Morocco as reminiscent of the Saudi 88 Daman miracle and the Dream Team's triumph at the Atlanta 96 Olympics. This victory, he adds, will forever be etched in the annals of African football history. Akpabio also rejoices with President Bola Tinubu on this notable achievement and all Nigerians over this joyous occurrence. And First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has applauded the Super Falcons of Nigeria for winning their 10th Women African Cup of Nations following a landmark victory over tournament's hosts Morocco. In her congratulatory message to the African champions, the First Lady praises the resounding 3-2 victory, noting that their accomplishments go beyond the trophy but serve as a testament to the team's hard work, consistency and the indomitable Nigerian spirit. While thanking God for the sweet victory, she says the Super Falcons have once again lifted the pride of our dear nation and cemented their place as queens of African football. Thanking them from behalf of Nigerian women and the entire nation, the First Lady assures members of the team that they have written their names in gold and inspired millions across the continent. Well, the management of the Voice of Nigeria, VON, has apologized to the agency's subscribers and the general public over the regrettable publication on its website on the night of Saturday, 26th of July 2025, regarding the results of the Women's African Cup of Nations 2024 final between Nigeria and Morocco. The Director General of VON, Jibrin Babandachi, in a statement says the erroneous reports, which prematurely and falsely announced a Nigerian loss before the conclusion of the match, was both inaccurate and deeply unfortunate. He emphasizes that the Voice of Nigeria aligns with the historic moments as the Super Falcons mounted a courageous comeback to defeat hosts Morocco 3-2, securing a record-extending 10th WAFCON title and affirming their place at the pinnacle of African women's football. While initial reviews pointed to an internal lapse, he says VON is also investigating the possibility of a security breach or identity theft through hacking, which may have contributed to this disturbing development. The DG VON further stresses that apart from ongoing internal reforms, VON has also undertaken strategic staff redeployments to enhance accountability, build resilience and boost editorial efficiency across its platforms. So the news now. Vice President Kashim Shettima has departed Abuja for Addis Ababa, the Ethiopian capital, to represent Nigeria at the second United Nations Food Systems Summit being held from July 27th to 29th, 2025. He will join other global leaders at the high-level event, advancing the transformation of the coffee value chain, as well as engaging in other roundtable meetings aimed at bolstering Nigeria's food security drive. The summit will bring together global leaders to reflect on progress made since the inaugural 2021 UN Food Systems Summit and accelerate commitments towards building resilient, inclusive and sustainable food systems. The Vice Presidents will also participate in other events on the sidelines of the summit designed to spotlight real-world examples of food systems transformation, promote knowledge exchange and partnership, as well as inspire collective action through evidence-based solutions and creative expression. At a recent briefing by the Task Force on the second UN Food Systems Summit, Vice President Shettima outlined 3 key objectives for Nigeria's delegation, positioning Nigeria as a leader of thought on African food system reforms, leveraging international partnerships aligned with domestic priorities, and advancing a private sector-led model for continental food transformation. The Vice President is expected back in Nigeria after his participation in the activities at the summit. Meanwhile, the second UN Food System Summit stocktake is underway in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Benny Adams reports that the summit brings together under one roof leaders, experts and innovators from across the globe to accelerate a fundamental shift in the world's food systems.
The Nigerian delegation here is registering a strong presence. This is as Nigeria is central to the conversations about shaping the future of how we feed our world, how we build food systems that are not just productive but also sustainable, inclusive and resilient in the face of climate change and other global shocks. It is also about ensuring that every person has access to nutritious food while safeguarding the planet for generations to come. The Minister of Agriculture says Nigeria has not just listened, it has acted, turning national aspirations into remarkable realities.
The high-level events and high-level bilaterals, we could see the kind of enthusiasm, the excitement everybody is in trying to meet the high-level delegation from Nigeria. That speaks to a lot of the contributions and the successes and the determination and the political will of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
We have the three Rome-based UN organizations, the WFP, the FAO, and the IFAD, that are actually giving the mandate to support the implementation in Nigeria.
The expectations here is that, at the end, commitment will translate into tangible action on the ground, with emphasis on unlocking the necessary finance and investment needed to truly transform the world's food systems. In Addis Ababa, Benny Adams, NTA News.
The third expanded meeting of the National Political Consultative Group, North, has adopted the African Democratic Congress, ADC, as a political platform. The objective of the group is to unite northern political leaders ahead of the 2027 elections. Timothy Yusuf reports.
This third expanded meeting of National Political Consultative Group, North, is convened to facilitate consultations towards achieving the objective of uniting people in the North. It received feedback on how initiatives have been taken to domesticate the coalition on the platform of the ADC at state level. The meeting was held under the chairmanship of former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Babachir Lawal, while the interim national chairman of the ADC, Senator David Mark, delivered the keynote address with the theme, Peace and Social Cohesion, a panacea to challenges in the North.
As leaders and politicians, or just as ordinary citizens, all of us must consider it our sacred duty to be bridge builders, not dividers in our rural communities.
Situation reports from across the northern states were presented for consideration. Former SGF Babachir Lawal briefed the media of the meeting's resolution.
We are going to go to congresses and conventions to elect our representatives at the election. And whoever emerges, be it north, south, central, west, whoever emerges at either the congresses or at the convention, ADC will support it, and the Northern Political Consultative Group will support that person.
The group enjoined its members to unite in the interest of the country at large. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
Let's now cross over to our Sokoto Network Center, where Sadia is standing by. Hello, Sadia.
And welcome to Sokoto. Creation of Gobir and Kanji states alongside 30 new local government areas, top area of demands by various interest groups in the Northwest Center B public hearing on the ongoing 1999 constitutional review process in Nigeria. The latter Abdullahi reports that the center comprises Sokoto, Kebbi, and Zamfara states. The report.
Government officials, traditional institutions, labor unions, women groups, civil society organizations, and the various interest groups, among others, converged on the International Conference Center, Kasarawa, Sokoto, to present their submissions at the public hearing.
With these alterations, Nigeria is said to have almost a brand new constitution.
The people presently inhabiting Borgu, Kontagora, and Zoro Emirates express a desire to come together to constitute the proposed Kayaji state.
The benefit for the creation of Kogi state is that it will bring about administrative efficiency through the centralization of power, decision-making for effective governance.
Out of the 7 northwestern states, only Zamfara state has less than 15 local governments. I think we therefore need to be considered for the creation of more local government.
The women of Sokoto, Kebbi, and Zamfara, to be specific, are joining voices to say we need the reserved bill seat.
The 30 new local governments agitated for comprises 13 from Sokoto State, 11 from Zamfara State, while the 6 new local governments are requested by the people of Zulu Emirate in Kebbi State. The Sultan of Sokoto represented expresses support on the review of the thematic areas of the 1999 Constitution.
That a constitutional provision is made with a view to creating roles for traditional rulers in matters involving religion, culture, security, justice, and other ancillary matters.
Your robust contributions will ensure that the Constitution we produce is not just a legal document, but a social contract, one that reflects the hopes and the values of all Nigerians.
87 bills have been earmarked for amendment. In Sokoto, Dalhatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
In a bid to address the growing concern of gender-based violence in Kebbi State, the wife of Kebbi State Governor Zainab Nasir Idris has taken a proactive step to sensitize the local communities on the need to prevent and mitigate gender-based violence cases. The sensitization program was conducted at Tungargiwa village in Shanga local government area of the state. Hassan Al-Bakr has more.
Recently, in Tungargiwa village, Shanga local government area of Kebbi State, a minor, Saida Dauda, was sexually abused by some men over a long period of time until it culminated into pregnancy that was delivered on the 8th of July. This incident, among others, initiated a sensitization by the Technical Working Group on Gender-Based Violence, established by the wife of the governor, Hajja Zainab Nasir Idris. The sensitization highlighted the importance of speaking out and supporting survivors of GBV. The team led by Hajja Rafa'atu Hammani sensitized the community on issues surrounding gender-based violence, promotion, prevention, and collective responsibility. During the sensitization program, the community was cautioned to be mindful of their responsibilities, particularly parents, in ensuring the safety and well-being of their children.
We are going to ensure that those who are the perpetrators are punished accordingly.
The delegation visited the village head of Tungargiwa and emphasized the need for the village head to be more vigilant and work closely with the security personnel to prevent GBV cases in the community. Clothing materials, essential items, and cash to the victim and her newborn child were donated by the wife of the governor. The community's response to the initiative was positive, and it is expected that the awareness created will lead to a reduction in GBV cases in the state. From Brennan Kebbi, Hassan Abubakar Koko, NTA News.
And let's take a break here, but there will be more news from Mary in Jos thereafter.
Welcome back to our Abuja studios. We'll try and get to our Jos Network Center subsequently. For now, let's take some security stories. The Nigeria Police Force has recorded another major breakthrough in its sustained offensive against violent crimes across the country. In a string of coordinated intelligence-led operations, operatives of the Force Intelligence Department's Intelligence Response Team killed 3 armed bandits. Several others escaped with gunshot wounds, abandoning their weapons in the process. Police operatives recovered 10 AK-47 rifles linked to a range of violent crimes, including kidnapping, armed robbery, gun running, and castle rustling. Follow-up operations are ongoing to track down fleeing suspects believed to be behind deadly attacks on communities in the affected areas. All right, we have established connection to our JOS Network Center now. Let's hand over to Mary. Hello, Mary.
Welcome to JOS. Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, has challenged graduating airmen and women of the Air Force Military Schools JOS to display high moral standards for professionalism in development in service. This was at the combined 2025 passing out parade of junior airmen and women held at the Air Force Military School Parade Ground, JOS. Ijoma Ozemena reports.
Air Force Military School JOS came alive with military drills, march past and ceremonial displays, marking the joint passing out parade for the graduating students and the school's 45th anniversary.
Engineer Gideon Adesina, il originaire de plan.
Established 1980 to instill discipline, leadership and patriotism in young boys and girls while equipping them with sound academic knowledge. The Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, highlighted efforts to create a sustainable knowledge-driven community that will support not only operational effectiveness but long-term national development. He also reaffirms the Nigerian Air Force commitment to the welfare of officers and men.
I am equally proud to note that today Nigerian Air Force primary and secondary schools are some of the most competitive and highly sought-after schools by parents across Nigeria. This is not a coincidence, but a result of carefully implemented policies to ensure the highest standards of education and discipline in these schools.
Junior airmen and women who distinguished themselves were recognized and awarded. In JOS, Ijoma Ozemena, NTA News.
Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun has urged graduating students of Police Secondary School Bashir Wase to uphold the high standard of discipline, patriotism and be worthy ambassadors of the institution. He gave the charge in a message to the maiden passing out parade of the students. Ndayang and Yebagang has details.
The Police Secondary School Bashir Wase, Plateau State, was established in 2022 as part of federal government's ongoing efforts to have at least one police secondary school in each state. It was established to deliver consistent, disciplined, and cost-effective education across regions, especially for police families.
My teachers taught me not just academics, but morals, life skills.
I also appreciate the effort of the commandant and my parent.
In a message to the maiden graduation, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, urged the graduating students to be disciplined and patriotic in line with the vision of maintaining an efficient, trained and motivated workforce.
A very beautiful parade and a student that are well disciplined, well trained, and that is always the posture of the Inspector General of Police.
Coaching and nursing of young officers or students is not easy.
The national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Professor Nentawe Yilwada, commended the students and staff for their dedication and pledged to assist in improving facilities in the institution.
I wish all the graduates success in their future endeavor.
For the member representing Wase Federal Constituency and former Deputy Speaker Ahmed Idris Wase, who facilitated the school's establishment, the graduation of the pioneer students is a source of pride to the people of Wase and Plateau State.
I believe we have the potential for producing every capacity and every leader in this country. So I remain grateful to God.
Those who distinguished themselves out of the 42 graduating students were honored. Ndenyan and Abuja, NTA News.
And that's our contribution from JOS. Nationwide will continue with Dennis in Abuja.
Many thanks, Mary. Now, a Chinese businessman and an 80-year-old grandmother top the list of arrests made by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, in nationwide interdiction operations, leading to the seizure of various types of illicit substances concealed in food items. Sawa Khalil Ibrahim brings us details.
A Chinese national was arrested by NDLEA operatives at the arrival hall of the Murtala Muhammad International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos. The suspect arrived in Nigeria from Bangkok with 2 suitcases filled with 50 parcels of loud, weighing 26.10 kilograms. An octogenarian was arrested in Calabar South, Cross River State, with over 3 kilograms of skunk, following intelligence on her drug dealing activities. And back in Lagos on Wednesday, 23rd July, NDLEA operatives intercepted a suspect on the Abuja Expressway while transporting 21.7 kilograms of Colorado, some of which were packaged in moi moi cooking sachets, and 3.8 liters of codeine-based syrup in a commercial bus bound for Warri and Ogara, Delta State. Similarly, at the Apapa Seaport, still in Lagos, a total of 101 kilograms of Canadian loud, factory-packed in 202 tins of imported food items labeled bean salad mix and concealed in 2 Toyota Sienna buses in a container from Canada were recovered. In Edo State, NDLEA officers on Wednesday, 23rd July, raided the Osakpa community in Benin City, where they arrested a 26-year-old lady and recovered various quantities of Colorado, loud, Arizona, and skunk, all strains of cannabis as well as methamphetamine. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
In the meantime, the Nigerian Navy is warning all illegal groups and criminals operating on its waterways to desist or be ready to face the full weight of the law. Kelvin Samuel reports that the commander, NNS Jubilee, Commodore Abubakar Umar, gave the warning while speaking on activities of some illegal groups on the nation's maritime domain.
One of the concerns of the Nigerian Navy is addressing illegal maritime activities of some groups operating under the guise of legitimate maritime security. This said of people the Commander NNS Jubilee, Commodore Abubakar Umar, says parade indecent, defrauding gullible citizens along coastal lines.
This is in furtherance to the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ikechukwu Ogala operational directives and ensuring our maritime domain is safe and secured from illegal activities in order to enhance socio-economic development of our dear nation.
The Nigerian Coastal Guard is one of such groups involved in illegal activities on the nation's waterways, hence the arrest to serve as deterrent to others.
The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has also empowered the Nigerian Navy with the responsibility to ensure such illegal organizations do not operate in the maritime environment. The general public are to beware that this illegal organization is deceiving people, using various antics to recruit innocent citizens into the organization that is not backed by law.
The Nigerian Navy reassures legitimate businessmen and women operating on its domain of its determination to rid the maritime space of all criminal elements. In Uyo, Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
And troops of the Joint Task Force Operation Will Stroke, OPWS, have carried out a coordinated clearance operation across several volatile communities in Benue State, which resulted in the killing of a notorious bandit. Acting Media Information Officer, Headquarters, Joint Task Force Operation Will Stroke, Lieutenant Ahmed Zubeiru, disclosed in a statement that the operation took place on the 24th of July 2025 and was executed by troops of Sector 1 OPWS. He explained that the clearance operation covered key flashpoints where 3 bandit camps were also discovered, burnt and completely destroyed. The statement further indicates that weapons and items recovered from the neutralized bandits include one AK-47 rifle, a magazine loaded with 26 rounds of 7.62mm special ammunition, a Techno mobile phone, hard drugs, and cash. You're on to Nationwide. We'll take another break. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. Let's now cross over to the Center of Excellence, where Awal will take us through the next set of reports. Hello, Awal, it's over to you.
Dennis, I'm glad to have you in Lagos. Federal government plan of reducing carbon emissions in sectors of the economy, particularly transportation, has received another boost. This time, the National Automotive Design and Development Council, NADDC, is rewarding outstanding Nigerian universities that are participating in a competition to design 8-seater electric bus shuttle within their campuses. Larry Bilay, who was at the design phase of the initiative, reports.
The NADDC, acknowledging that the future belongs to young Nigerians, saw the need to encourage budding innovators and so into the nation's universities. The initiative is to build an 8-seater electric vehicle campus shuttle bus competition. This vehicle will take 9 months to birth. For the first 3 months is the design phase, while the last months is for the production phase. The 12 participating universities drawn from the 6 geopolitical zone of the country submitted their designs to the judges to pick the best.
We're guided by the vision and substance of the Nigerian Industrial Revolution Plan, the national policy framework that places the automotive sector at the very core of Nigeria's transformation agenda.
The initiative is more than a competition. It is Nigeria getting ready to design and build a home future mobility ecosystem.
What we have told them is minimum of 60% local content. So if your local content is going to be 60%, it means most of these things you have to source them right there in Nigeria.
Nigeria, as a highly blessed country, is capable of going to the next level by being self-sustaining in the area of automobile development.
Out of the 12 universities, University of Benin's electric vehicle design was adjudged the best for its detailed submission.
4 months thereabout of hard work, intense, putting the students through a lot of intense pressures to deliver. So it's for us finality of the work.
The second phase, which is the production stage, is to commence immediately. In Lagos, Larry Belayi, NTA News.
And similarly, a bold step to salvage the environment from degradation and other impacts of human and industrial activities is gaining momentum as stakeholders in environmental protection intensify enlightenment campaign on tree planting in secondary schools in Lagos. Joel Popola has details.
Economic trees plays a significant role in safeguarding the environment from degradation and the impact of erosion, while providing food, fruits, and other benefits. In addition to this, economic trees help to reduce the effects of heat and improve air and water quality. They are also essential biodiversity support. To inculcate interest in planting of economic trees in primary school pupils and secondary school students, stakeholders are using tree planting as an advocacy tool.
If you plant economic tree, by the time it's bringing forth fruit, you get money from there. You know, degradation is everywhere. If you look at, if not that they planted all this thing here, now you will see erosion.
Getting students involved in planting economic trees is also another form of education that can impact the wider community.
So when it becomes tree, we eat from the fruits, and in case of sun, can stay under it and can play around it.
For the tree like to be planted in our school now. So surely, because one day the tree is going to continue to germinate, grow, and harvest. So it's going to have a positive impact in our school.
All we need to do is to water it and take care of it. That is at our own end. We are going to do that.
Environmentalists say this is crucial with the increasing effects of global warming. In Lagos, Joel Bukbola, NTA News.
Those are the reports from Lagos. It's back to Dennis in Abuja for more on Nationwide. Dennis, it's over to you.
Thank you, Awel. Now, victims of the recent rain disaster in Owan East local government area of Edo State have received food items from the state government as part of measures to ameliorate the suffering caused by the storms. The state government also promised the needed assistance in rebuilding the homes destroyed as a result of the deluge. Good luck, and Naini reports.
The unfortunate incident, which happened in the first quarter of this year, affected 3 communities of Ake, Otuo, and Afuze, rendering many homeless and properties worth millions of naira destroyed. Items donated include bags of rice, bags of corn, cartons of pasta, and salt. Others are vegetable oil, seasonings, and tomato paste.
As directed by the governor, we are here this afternoon with these relief items, as we can see here. At least this will help to cushion the effect of the rainstorm disaster. This is just the first phase. The second phase is also coming, and in collaboration with the National Emergency Agency, which is NEMA at the federal level, we are here to do this presentation.
Chairman Owan East Local Government, Aruna Mohammed, who took delivery of the items, appreciated both the federal and state governments for the gesture.
I want to assure the Excellency that the materials will get to everybody. We are going to share everything amicably.
No doubt, life must have been difficult for the victims, and for this 75-year-old widow, the gesture is a lifesaver.
I'm grateful. Thank you for saving my life.
I also appreciate the federal government for giving us an opportunity like this.
There are some things, when they say they will bring for us, we will not see it. But this one, we see it.
This intervention is coming few months. Similar gesture was carried out in Ekekera community in Owan East local government area of Edo State. From Afuze, good luck, Naini, NTA News.
The Pan-African movement has lost a committed fighter for African unity, Professor Okello Okuli. Although he is gone, he left an indelible mark on the sands of time in Africa and Nigeria in particular, after 48 years of intellectual contributions. Here is a tribute from Olajide Bello.
Condensed milk each time you pop the top. Think of the cow in Nigeria whose milk you're blocked.
Born on January 1st, 1942 in Dokelo district, northern Uganda, Professor Okello Okuli emerged as one of Africa's most vibrant literacy voices, a novelist, poet, and chronicler of rural African life. Educated in Uganda, the United Kingdom, and United States, he earned his PhD from the University of Wisconsin in 1972, with earlier studies at Makerere and Stanford. A gifted storyteller, Professor Okuli's works, often Kantariti, Banana Man, among others, echoed the rhythms of African village life, laced with proverbs, humor, and deep cultural insight. His writing, like that of Okotbi Bitek, fiercely championed African heritage and challenged foreign influence. As a professor at Ahmadu Bello University, Nigeria, he brought Pan-African ideals to life, organizing annual OAU mock summits and inspiring students to believe in a united, powerful Africa. Though he has left, Professor Okuli's words lives on, challenging minds, stirring hearts, and lighting the path for Africa's future. His legacy is not only in books or classrooms, but in the dream of a strong, united Africa that he carried to the very end. Olajide Bello, NTA News.
Ex-professional All-Stars are determined to retain their 2024 title of the All-Stars Veterans Invitational Football Tournament after they secured qualification from the group stages. For details of this and more, let's join Suleiman Musa on Sports Update.
Ex-professionals All-Stars secured a maximum 3 points on the final day of the group games of the ongoing All-Stars Veterans Invitational Football Tournament. The defending champions, who beat Capital City Club by a lone goal to cement their 100% winning record in the group stage, says the ultimate goal is to successfully defend the title they won in 2024.
As it is now, we are focusing on our next game, on how to win to progress to the semi-finals, then to the final.
We are family, and we always play as if we've been playing before. Nobody's playing an individual game.
Other matches saw MC Steve claim a spot in the round of 16 following a 2-1 victory over University of Abuja Teaching Hospital All-Stars. Capital Sportive earned a 1-0 victory over Vera Gold. Elsewhere, Nigeria emerged as a top-performing nation at the just concluded 14th Africa Arm Wrestling Championship and 7th Para-Sitting Championship in Abuja. Team Nigeria secured a total of 833 medals, including 28 golds, 34 silvers, and 38 bronze.
We thank Almighty God for giving us talents, young talents, that have showcased what they have to give for the country, and they've done that excellently well. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for our great country.
In another development, world leaders in karate have heaped praises on the Karate Federation of Nigeria, led by Salas Agara, for its professional handling of the 2025 UFAC African Karate Championship. The commendation came on day 5 of the championship, ongoing at the Velodrome of the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja.
It has been a learning experience for me because it has been a way for me to level up my karate career.
Meanwhile, Team Nigeria currently sit third on the medals table with 1 gold, 2 silver and 2 bronze medals so far. In Abuja, Suleiman Musa, NTA Sports.
And that concludes Nationwide from me and the team. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.